Hey, what's up YouTube? Thanks for checking out my first video. I'd appreciate any support, and once again, thanks for checking out the video. Today I'll be breaking down my Mayakashi deck and showing some duel replays. I used a couple of different versions of the decklist, but the one I will be showing you is the one that got me to DLV maximum. So on to the breakdown. Here is the decklist and I'll show you what's core to the deck, so you can switch out anything that you don't have, or if you have something that works better. Mayakashi is a relatively cheap deck, there are no main boxes involved, and the core of the deck only requires one box ultra rare. It's a flexible combo deck that can be run in a more compact format like this one, or a more diverse 24 to 30 card format. I use Life Point Boost Alpha to potentially stay alive and then make a play next turn, but you may also want to try out the tie that binds. Your main combo is done by getting Daki out onto the field by normal summoning it, or with the effect of Solitaire, and then special summoning Yuki through its own effect. You will then climb the ladder and synchro summon all of the Mayakashi Synchros. When a Mayakashi monster is special summoned from your extra deck, Daki can special summon from the graveyard, allowing you to perform all of your synchro summons. The reason you want to do this is because all of the Mayakashi Synchros can summon themselves from the graveyard when the one above them gets destroyed, and then they can activate an effect. Tengu, for example, can destroy a spell or trap without targeting when summoned from the graveyard. Now I'm going to go over some other combos that you can do with this deck. As you may have noticed, the graveyard is an important aspect of Mayakashi, and most of the combos will use the graveyard. When Yuki is special summoned by its own effect, you must send a zombie monster from your deck to the graveyard. This has great synergy with the Shiranu cards, as you can activate Spectral Sword from the grave, and the other Shiranus have effects for when they are banished. You also want to send the Nine-Tailed Fox to the graveyard, as it can be combined with the Spectral Sword to make Shiranu Shigunsuga and potentially OTK. Shiranu Spirit Master is great to have in the grave as well, as it destroys a face-up card when banished. You may want to consider dropping the Spirit Master and putting in Shiranu Sunsuga. I prefer Spirit Master as I find Sunsuga a little slow for today's meta, but if you can pull it off, it can win you the game. Also, if Yuki is on your field, you won't be able to special summon monsters from the extra deck that aren't Mayakashi monsters, but there are multiple ways to get Yuki off the field, mainly with Mayakashi Winter. Now I'm just going to quickly go over the main spells and traps. Mayakashi Return lets you add one Mayakashi card from your deck to your hand, except for another Mayakashi Return. Keep in mind you can only activate it once per turn. Mayakashi Winter is a continuous spell that makes all of your opponent's monsters lose 100 attack and defense for each Mayakashi monster in your graveyard with a different name. You can send it and one Mayakashi monster you control to the graveyard to draw one card. You can banish it and one zombie type monster from your graveyard to special summon a Mayakashi monster from your graveyard. You cannot activate both of these effects in the same turn. Mayakashi Metamorphosis is a trap card that lets you discard a card to special summon a Mayakashi monster from your graveyard, or one that is banished. Keep in mind that you won't be able to special summon monsters that aren't Mayakashi monsters from the extra deck the turn you activate this card, and Mayakashi monsters that are banished and then special summoned will not activate their effects. Alright, that's going to be it for the deck breakdown. I'll show some replays showcasing the deck in action. Consider subscribing to the channel, it would really mean a lot, and I'll see you in the next video. Peace.
Duel! Duel!